I'd like to welcome you all to the next episode of the Muncie Music Scene podcast. Today with me I have Matt Foy. I'll let him tell you all about himself and we'll get going.
Alright, well, let's see, for music, I've been performing since I was 20, I think, because I wasn't old enough to get the docs, but I could do the open mic thing, so I'd go in there and then they tell me to get the fuck out. Am I allowed to cuss? My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't want us in there for very long. And then when I turned like 25, that's when I really got serious again. You know what I mean? We had a big group. We were the IWG. There was like 7 or 8 of us. And there was a squad from up north in LaPorte and then the Muncie crew.
Mm-hmm.
All of us were really, really talented. And I always felt like so lucky to be a part of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the first song I ever did was like right before that squad made their way through and shit.
Correct.
Let's see. Then all that fell apart like any group does.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Then I put out some solo stuff, and then I was in a band with Jay Williams for a while. Strange New Dawn. We did pretty good, pretty quick, and that's probably part of the problem with that. You know what I mean? We were doing like the Muncie Brawl, and they were like, nobody can get back into Valhalla at the time.
Yeah.
Like we were at fire code capacity.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like the shit, you know what I mean? Then that fell apart like every band does. And then I had a couple failed projects with people. And now I just started doing like my own thing over the last few years where it's like just me having fun again. Because there's a while where it's just like everybody gets so wrapped up in the like we're not making enough money, we don't have enough fans, and then you get into the marketing and it just fucking kills.
If people don't want to devote the time to social media or whatever it takes to get
or
it
that
out
just
there.
becomes the whole thing. So you just become like everything is marketing at a certain point and people quit paying attention to it. You lose that.
You want to keep having fun.
Yeah.
There's no point in doing this if you're not having fun.
Yeah, definitely, because it all became very unfun. You know what I mean? Like fights at shows and amongst people that were supposed to be cool and all that, and then it's like, just not fun no more.
That's why I wanted to bring you on, because like the rap and hip hop community is not something I've ever really been a part of.
Right.
And I know you've been around for a long time and you've been doing that for a while, so that's why I wanted to get you on here. So I don't really know much about it.
I'm gonna take my jacket off.
You're good.
I
went.
Oh man, dude! Before I got on and started doing everything, there's still a rich culture of like hip hop around here. Cats like Nell Woody and shit. Whitehead's been doing it forever. You know what I mean? I used to collect everybody's CDs and shit back in the day.
That stack of CDs you see right up top there is actually all the local band CDs I have from over the years.
Right, I got a box of them, dude. It's ridiculous with me being old as shit, you know what I mean?
I don't even know how old you are.
Dude, I'm 37.
See, that's weird to me because I'm 32 and you look younger than me.
Yeah, I'm 37, so I've been at it for a while. You know what I mean?
What kind of stories you got about then? I remember you posted a Facebook status about docs saying y'all weren't gonna.
Yeah, we couldn't draw anybody in well enough, and it's like, dude, here's the thing, like to flip it. All right, here I'll tell the whole story and then I'll flip it on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's just an open mic. Like I said, we were like 20, 21, some shit like that, and they're like, it's not even worth you guys having the lights on because we have to pay for the lights being on, but you're not bringing anybody in. And it's like, word, because it's an open mic. Like, nah, I'm not responsible for drawing your crowd at your open mic. And let's just say I did, per se. Let's say I brought like 20 people in there. Cool, you gonna give me a cut of anything since I'm responsible for the crowd now? No. Like, because if you guys win, you win.
Yeah.
So, like, why is it my fault if you lose? You know what I mean? That's how I felt about that. We played at Moe's Tavern and Doc's on Dill and all that before is Be Here Now.
Yeah.
So
Moe's was always a fun place to play.
Oh yeah. So we performed at like 4 different stage locations downstairs, which is weird. If you've been downstairs, you wouldn't think there've been able to even be 4 spots.
I could think of 3. The 4th one would be weird. The one where it is now, the one where the couches are, where it's kind of elevated, and then when you come down the stairs, that big corner over there.
Yeah, and then they had one where it's like right in the middle.
Oh, so right in front where it is now?
Yeah. So, or it'd be like, no, not in front, not like we'd be like right in the middle. I should say like where it'd be stage right middle. Did you play it when it was there? Is that
yeah.
Did you already say it? Alright, then maybe it's only 3. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's where it's like elevated up now, where all the bands kind of.
Yeah, see, this one wasn't elevated. This was floor level.
Yeah, I remember that. It was always fun playing there, especially being in a metal band at the time, because people just get right up in your face.
Oh yeah,
that was something I always enjoyed.
Yeah, I like playing at Be Here Now a lot. That whole space is dope because you forget that you're like downstairs and in a small area. It just becomes like this intimate ass venue. You know what I mean? Let's see, crazy ass memories from them. We brought Cannabis, which I don't know if you know who that is. He was like one of the great MCs of the like early '90s or whatever. We brought him out there. We brought some Woo affiliates and shit through. Yeah, we did a chunk of that stuff here in town.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Shit. What was it called? It's right around the corner from where Be Here Now is. And it was like the 20 or all ages venue.
The launching pad?
Yeah, launching pad. Yeah, that was the first spot I performed at, like, after the Docs thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did like a Docs open mic stuff. We got booked for an event, and then they never booked us again, and then, and then the launching pad.
The launching pad, obviously, I think everyone played there.
I'd hope so, right?
It was a fun place to play. I know Larry, one of the guys that helped run it, is trying to start something again, and he's doing a podcast himself similar to this.
Word. That'd be cool, man. I mean, it's just a spot for all them kids to be. There's I don't know if you know what the Sauna is out in Ball State. Are you familiar with them kids?
I've heard of it. Back before the whole pandemic bullshit. Cocaine Culture was supposed to actually play there.
No doubt, that would have been a great look for you guys,
but
too.
Fucking fell through, pandemic, not wanting to be this close to people.
Yeah.
I'm vaccinated, I had to because of work. I work with kids, you know that.
Yeah.
They don't go anywhere, so I wanted to make sure I did my part so, you know, they wouldn't get shit from me. But at that time, man, vaccines weren't even a thing. We didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Hell no, yeah.
Yeah, we missed out on that chance. Did you get to perform there?
No, I just know all the kids from working
Be Here Now.
Be Here Now, yeah, because that's like the second venue for those kids. They'll do like house shows, then they come over and do shit with us. Yeah, all them kids are solid. You know what I mean? Shout out to that whole squad.
I've heard good things about them. The guy I had on here last weekend, Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter Knight.
He did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He talked about the song. I think he was the one that actually helped get us on the show that ended up falling through.
Yeah.
Which nothing on him. Can't fucking control a virus.
Yeah, no doubt.
How's that impacted you, man?
I mean, I had some time off, and then we got back to it. You know what I mean? To be honest,
Be Here Now's the only one doing shows right now, really, that I can think of, and at least in Muncie, because I've gone. I went a couple weekends ago to a show in Fort Wayne. I've been making flyers for.
Yeah, I've seen you making a shitload of flyers.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've been doing that for this guy in Fort Wayne, but Muncie, man, like, I talked to Chris of Valhalla. They told me that their first like show is going to be in June.
Damn.
I asked him about August. He told me he'd get back with me because they just kind of want to see how things go. I mean, they're playing it safe, which I understand.
Yeah, I totally dig it. You know what I mean? When it comes to all that shit, to be straight up and down, I'm like, yo, I feel like you can handle that how you want to as a business. You know what I mean? As opposed to being like, a lot of people are real rigid about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're going to do something, you're going to do something. And if you're not, you're not. I'm not going to sit there and judge you for it. You know what I mean? That's your business, not mine.
Exactly. That's why I was wondering about Be Here Now, because I know, I mean, you guys pretty much rely on revenue from bands.
Yeah, we definitely are a live music venue. You know what I mean? And I mean, we do go without the music, but it definitely helps to bring them good nights in. Not all the nights are good nights though. I've had times where the bands, it's all rough enough where it's like they're running people the fuck out the door, and you're like, oh man, I can't do nothing with this.
Have you ever had any situations since you've been performing where people have been like, bro, you gotta cut your set short, or?
Nah, not that I can think of. I've had times where like we had like recently we were supposed to do a 2-stage event, and then the outdoor stage got canceled because of the rain and shit. So then we had to shorten everybody's sets. Sorry, I'm bouncing this. Probably making thuds in the mic, but
it looks fine on here.
All right. But so it like made it where we had to cram everything down, and they're just cut 5 minutes off of everybody's set, so it wasn't like.
Did you cram everybody in that downstairs spot?
Yeah. Yeah, we be doing EDM shows and stuff.
I got a guy I work with that talks about the EDM shows still being a big thing there. So.
Yeah, Bailey, who runs New Hippie Entertainment, he's been really putting in a lot of work with that scene, dog. Yeah, good dude. You know what I mean? Solid dude, and he's professional about his business. He doesn't want anybody on no tomfoolery and shit.
Well, how's that been with you performing wise? When was the last time you were on a stage?
Last week.
Was it Be Here Now?
Yeah, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
So
I don't know. I perform next week.
Was it a Be Here
That'd
Now?
Be Here Now, yeah. They got me opening the show. You know what I mean?
Do you have any flyers for that? I'd like to try to share people's stuff.
I can send it to you or whatever, but I don't have any physical flyers. Yeah.
I like to try to share that for people.
Yeah,
I don't have that big of a following yet. Obviously, I think you're like my 8th episode, so
we're learning the ropes. This is my first little interview since I did a radio interview way back in the day, so I'm probably all rigid and shit too. Don't worry about it.
That's all good. People understand. They know I'm not a podcaster, entertainer by trade.
Right.
I'm the weird bass player that stands off to the side that just plays too loud.
Well, this is probably like a solid thing for you then, if you consider yourself a dude that just stands on the side, just puts you in the forefront. You know what I mean?
I used to be like that, but the older, dude, the older you get, the less you want to be the main, like.
Yeah, you want to lay in the cut.
Yeah.
See what the hell's going on. Yeah, I don't.
How does that work with you? I mean, you're a solo artist now.
Well, that's always. I always said I'm like an artist that hates attention, so it's not like the best mix. But like, I don't know. I do all right with it, I guess. From working out at Be Here Now and doing shows since, I don't know, for over 10, 12 years or whatever long it's been, you learn not to see nothing. You know what I mean? And when people give you props, you always know what you fucked up on. You're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, I hear you.
I'm that way a lot, and people tell me, I just like, cool. Check it out.
Like, great show, and you're like, oh my god,
it really wasn't.
I am awful. I hate myself right now, but don't you worry about that. That's always tell people, don't say when you fuck up though. Like if you're on stage, you're like, oh, I messed up. I'm like,
I typically try not to say anything when I mess up, especially with like the music we play now. I can kick on some kind of effects pedal and make it really like distorted and loud.
Nobody knows
and no one
what
will
the
catch
fuck.
on
Yeah, dude.
until I can figure out where I'm at again. I try not to give it away on my face, because like if I fuck up, you'll see my eyes. I know people can't see on this, but like my eyes get real big, and I'm like, shit. And then I have to slow down a little bit to kind of catch where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm horrible at hiding my emotions too.
Yeah.
It's like.
That's why I look down a lot, man. You've done sound for us. Most of the time, I look down. I'm like, I'll figure this out.
Yeah.
I know a big thing with you, at least recently. I got to see that video of you with Shaggy Too Dope.
Oh, when I was on the Patreon or whatever.
How did that happen, man? That's I'm not a big like psychopathic fan anymore. I grew up fucking loving that shit, dude. And seeing that and seeing like you and Jake on there, like that was cool, dude.
Hell yeah. And yeah, Jake gave us a shout out for Muncie or whatever. They were just having a thing where it was like if you had any qualms amongst friends, you could come in and have them be your lawyers. And I sent in just a thing saying that this was what we had, and they accepted it. It was a real fun time. You know what I mean? Everybody was really cool.
Did you get to talk to them about music or any of that?
No, it was in and out like a porno flick, bro. You did 15 minutes and get on down the road. But yeah, everybody's really solid. You know what I mean? Jacob got to sit in there, but he had dick strolling all over his face, so that was fun. Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to talk to him about that. I'll have to bring up the dick strolling all over
his face. Yeah. He had Shaggy Too Dope draw dicks on his face. It was it's funny, man. That was real funny. But yeah, that was a good time. You know what I mean? They do the Patreons every month or every other month or whatever, especially since the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of entertainment on there. Fun stuff. Yeah, I still love the shit out of everything they do.
Like I said, I appreciate it. I'll listen to it. I like the old Dark Lotus when Mars is
Yeah.
And I'll pull that out every now and then. Got to find out the old iPod, you know.
Right.
This is something I kind of died out on, but I still have respect for it. I mean,
Word.
I spent a lot of my youth going to their shows.
Isn't that one of the best shows you could ever go to?
Yeah, dude, Hallowicked, The Gathering.
Yeah.
The stuff I did at The Gathering I can't talk about on here.
You're damn right. That's a good gathering.
We're sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, it's like Las Vegas if you go to The Gathering. It just stays there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would that be something you'd be like if the opportunity ever came up to like perform at The Gathering?
Oh, totally, right? I mean, why not? I got so much love for that culture.
Mm-hmm.
I compare like that culture a lot to like wrestling fans in the sense of like you just get shit on so much, but it's like it's so good that you have these things in your life that give you enjoyment, and that's what cats forget about. You know what I mean? Like some people, like that's what they wake up and eat and breathe, and it gives them like something to get through the day.
Yeah.
And if any of us could ever create anything that helps anybody do that, wouldn't that be awesome? As opposed to being like, boo, fuck these guys.
They're going, what, 30 plus years?
Over 30 years, bro. And they had the Juggalo March, where they marched on Washington.
Yeah, I watched all that stuff. You got the...
I did that, yeah, man.
What other cool stories you got like that?
Oh, you can't talk about a lot of it, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, but yeah, I did the march. That was, because I for real believed in that. I was like, wow, we're on a gang list because we listened to music.
I had to get my Hatchet Man tattoo to actually cover it up because it was considered a gang symbol.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it really affected, like, people in the military were kicked out.
See, I didn't know
people lost their jobs and stuff. And, you know, it doesn't help in court when they're trying to take your kids away if you were to have a Hatchet Man tattoo. And
see, I was coaching at the time. And my athletic director was solid, dude. He's an old school musician himself. He's been playing around here forever, too. And I didn't know that it was going through all the court cases and doing all that shit. And he pulls me in, and one day before practice, because I always showed up early, check kids' grades, you know, try to be a good coach.
Right.
And it's very obviously, I would wear shorts all the time and very big on my right leg. And he told me about it, and I was like, bro, are you serious? And he was like, it's considered a gang sign now. And he's like, I knew you had one, because I got it when I was in fucking like high school. So, and he was my high school
like most people do.
Yeah, and he knew about it, and he knew from then, because he was my athletic director growing up, too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember thinking, just fuck, like, that's, I mean.
Well, and the thing is that could happen to anybody. That's why what's so wild about it is a lot of people are like, man, whatever, it's just the Juggalos. But it's like, no, dude, like this legitimizes them being able to say, if there's a group of kids wearing Metallica t-shirts, hanging out at the park, having a good time in rural America, they could just say, yo, anybody with that Metallica shirt's representing the same thing. And they get gang money from the government, and they get to scrutinize the kids. Oh, there's the sticker on the window, pull them over. So now you get like a weed violation or something, and some hillbilly's beating his wife or whatever, and
I had to take the sticker off my car and do all that shit.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's one thing if everybody thinks you're just a dick, because you know we get shit on a lot as Juggalos, which is fine.
Always.
That's part of it. Like the dopest part about being a Juggalo is you like just expect everybody to shit on you, then you freak it anyway. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
Like you're saying with being a wrestling fan too. I'm a 32-year-old wrestling fan.
Bro, totally. Like, I just lost the network because of the Peacock switch over, and they lost a bunch of the content because I was watching the old WCW main or Saturday.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing that makes me mad with the Peacock thing right now. Is you lost a lot of
of content. Like, so why am I running to get it? No.
Yeah. But yeah, like tying that in, being a fan of the Psychopathic Records, being a wrestling fan, fucking people just don't get it.
They don't. They just want to shit on you. And it's like, dude, you guys watch people do stuff that I could make fun of too.
My big thing with my girlfriend, she likes making fun of MMA.
Right.
Even though it's, real. Even though there's some of that.
It's like I'm a mark. I know when I'm being worked.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been some fights that I've been like, man, I'm definitely being worked on this. But she likes making fun of that. She watches wrestling with me, but she likes making fun of wrestling.
Of course, too. Yeah. Well, you don't want a girl that's going to agree with everything you like. That'd just be terrifying.
Yeah, that's one thing it makes for good conversation.
Yeah.
Well, how's that been with you growing up, man? You've been doing the rap thing since you were 20. You're 17 years now?
Yeah, I wrote my first rhyme when I was like in 4th grade.
How people view you on that?
They were not feeling it because I grew up out in the middle of nowhere. I went to Union High School.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know where that is.
I
It's out
do.
on 36. It's
Mm-hmm.
like K through 12 and shit. Yeah, they'd use choice. Some cats, not all, you know what I mean, but some of them would use very choice language, just at the fact that you would listen to rap music.
Yeah.
So they were not like, you weren't super accepted
Mm-hmm.
for that. But it did. I don't know. I was addicted to it.
There's
Since I was a
nothing
kid.
wrong with that.
You know what I mean?
I just remember how
Yeah.
kids were at my school, especially being a white guy, being a rapper. We weren't always that nice.
I imagine
Myself
not.
included.
See,
I was one of the metal kids though that was like, I listened to rap, but
Right.
my rap pretty much was most of what's actually on the shirt you're wearing right now.
Classics.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I would listen to the stuff my friends were trying to write or kids at school, and that's why I was curious, like how that worked for you.
I didn't rap for nobody at school at all. That was just something that I did on my own time.
Mm.
And like, you know, that was before the internet was everywhere too. So it'd be like
Yeah.
me with like a Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day single,
Mhm.
playing the Isley Brothers loop over and over again, just trying to figure something out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been listening to hip hop though since I was a wee lad. You know what I mean? I'd get these tapes of like hip hop on the light tip or heavy tip or something from Kmart, and it'd have like Cool Mo D and like just some Treacherous 3 tracks, like classic joints.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, ah, I'd be like the only kid out in the middle of a cornfield rocking that shit.
And when did you end up moving to Muncie?
I always had family in Muncie, so I'd come into Muncie on the weekends. And then I ended up moving in.
I'm still just laughing at the kid in the cornfield.
yeah, it was real. But I ended up moving in Muncie when I was like 18 or whatever, because I got kicked out of my house and then stayed with some people for a little bit. You know, shout out to the Sharp family. They let me crash at their crib, and then I came into town. And because it was like, dude, I don't like being out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Some people are about that life. I am not about
No.
that life. I lived out there. I'm not about it. Anytime I could get into Muncie, I ran to it. Because it's like, yo, a gas station on the corner is fresh. You know what I mean? 20-minute drive to a gas station is not the dopest thing in the world.
Especially trying to hang out with all your friends and do things like that.
Bro, and I lived in a fucked up spot where it's like, even if I wanted to call my friends, it'd be long distance. So you could like, right. Like, so like if I wanted to call my homies, it'd be like long distance, and I'd have to be like, you ain't getting no more than a 10-minute phone call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
My
you do,
parents
you're
would
right.
kick my
Yeah,
ass.
dog. That's a violation right there.
How your parents, family feel about the
the rap
Yeah.
stuff? Well, I don't have like, okay, so like,
I don't really know your
okay,
situation.
word. I have a wild situation. I grew up real crazy. My whole situation's a wild situation. But like, my mom passed away when I was 15 or 16. She had an aneurysm, and then she was like a vegetable for a while, and then she passed away. And my dad, me and him never really got along, and he's in prison.
No.
My dad got caught a 55-year joint. You know what I mean? My dad's doing life in prison. So like, he was never a fan of the fact that I listened to rap music. He was not. My mom, she supported it before she got sick and all that. She'd like buy me my CDs, and
That's how my mom was.
my dad would take them away, and then when he'd be on the road, she'd give me the CDs back until he got home. You know what I mean? And you know, my dad's like super supportive of what I got going on now.
Yeah.
But like, we didn't talk for probably the first 10 years he was locked up or something like that. Me and him
How
was
long
just
ago
beefing.
did he get locked up?
When I was 20.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, we never really got along or anything, and he kicked me out when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were cool for like 3 months, and then he got locked up, and that was about the end of that.
But you're talking to him again?
Yeah, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? It took a long time. I had family members that would beef with me because I was beefing with my dad.
Yeah, I know.
You know how that goes, and it's like, my grandma's like, just mind your business. And that's why whenever I see anybody beefing with their parents, I'm like, dog, I ain't got nothing to say about that at all, because I already know.
Yeah.
Because that can't nobody tell you nothing, one. Two, you don't know what that is. That's an awfully personal situation to have an opinion on.
That's why a couple times I've been weird about bringing up the family situation in these interviews, because I don't know everybody's story.
No,
man,
word, yeah, totally. And Yeah, don't think it's cool that you asked me about it. It's everybody knows what my situation is that knows me anyway. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of like parental guidance after 14, 15. And then I don't know. I always compare myself kind of like a half domesticated dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to be out there for real for a while, and but I made it out of it, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, you were just telling me earlier about buying your own house and doing.
Yeah, I bought my own crib before I was 30, and I was, you know, homeless until I was like 23 or 24.
See, I think the first time I remember hearing about you specifically was through Drew Meniere.
Drew's my motherfucker. I got mad love for Drew.
It was, I want to say around 05, 05, 06, because that's around the time I met him.
Doc's days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was still in high school, and we were still trying to figure out how to play at bars and do things like that.
Yeah, word.
And Drew had brought, he was like, whoa, I know all these different musicians, I'm friends with them, and I remember your name getting brought up, but I don't remember really, like, I don't think I remember meeting you until we got heavy into the suspension stuff there for a while.
Word, I remember all that. Yeah, because I went to a handful of those suspension shows. Drew's my dude, you know what I mean? So, like, if he's doing something, I'm going to show up.
Yeah, anybody that knows him always he's a good guy.
Yeah. He can be wild sometimes, but so can I. I think that's one of our bonding things, you know what I mean? We can both have fun. Yeah, I remember Drew doing a lot of those suspension shows there for a while. It got pretty heavy. Were you at the modeling gig down in Southern Indiana? Did you see me about beat the shit out of that dude?
Yep.
Oh, I wanted to kill him. That. I so wanted to kill him, but I was like...
I was just looking through those pictures the other day, dude. I remember there was the one picture, I think you're in like your underwear or something.
You damn right. I got on stage in my drawers.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I was like, dude, I gotta remember this to bring this up to Matt.
I did.
I think it was like last weekend. I was looking through everything, and I was just like, holy shit, I can't believe we did that.
Dude, I was pretty drunk before that. I won't lie. That helped.
Dude, I think all of us were buzzing pretty hard that fucking
I went and got a bottle.
I
ran off and I went and asked this homeless dude where the clearest spot to get liquor was. And the closest spot, and he told me, so I went down there and got me a little bottle, gave him a little $1 or whatever.
I was drinking, I think they called him Joker. I was drinking with him in his truck. And in between going in there and hanging out. And
yeah, that was a good time. I did a job where I was putting concrete down right before we did the thing where I wanted to kill the dude or whatever the fuck. And so my forehead got caustic shit all over it, and then I got sunburnt. So I went to this modeling gig, and my forehead was just like on blast. Dog, I was like, they're not going to use any of these pictures. There's no way. I looked like somebody took a cheese grater to my face. I was so jacked up for that.
Those were good. That was a good time, though. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a lot of good fun.
A big thing we talk about that since I've had a lot of like metal guys on here, just like how the community is surrounding like what you play.
Oh, within the hip hop community,
yeah.
I'd say now.
Like I said, I don't know much.
Now
about
it's solid, dude. You know, when we were in the younger days, there was a lot of competition. But I would say musically, everybody was switching from an old model to a newer model. Does that make sense?
Oh,
because the whole model had changed.
It changes with every genre.
Yeah. So, like, as this change is happening, people are practicing, like, older ways and being more competitive. At this rate, man, these kids got it down. They're a community. Everybody's helping each other. They help each other get, like, recording time. With social media, you know, that helps a lot. But everybody seems pretty inclusive. It's pretty cool right now. And there's more talented artists than I've ever seen in this city. I swear to God.
I'm going to have to get my ass out to one of them shows just so I can kind of see for myself kind of thing.
It's wild because, you know, remember back in the day, it'd be like, there were some good bands. There were some good rappers. There were a couple of good beats. Now you'll come out and you're like, well, that one band wasn't all that. It's like, whoa. Because I remember being like, well, I'm here for my friend. It's kind of rough.
Yeah. I already know what you're talking about with that.
it gets old after a while. But now it's like, wow, this is all a lot of talent, and they're and that's with all genres too, man. Some of these kids are shredding.
And with quarantine right now, man, everybody's probably just been working on material.
I hope
writing.
so. You know what I mean? I hope so.
I know in my band's standpoint, that's what we've been doing. I mean, we were off like the first 3-4 months of it, decided to write a new set, then decided to change genres and scrap the new set, and then we brought in a vocalist, and then a member left, and now we have to write a new set again. So we're like 3 times into starting over now.
So he said by the time we get this shit done, it's going to be clean, bro.
It's fucking better be. Dude, I had to change like my whole style of playing, like, because we lost a guitar player.
Oh, man.
And I mean, you know about music, like, you go from a 2 guitar player band to a 1 guitar player band, and we don't want to bring in a second one, just because it's a hard genre to find someone that fits, especially someone that wants to play what we're playing now. Before you leave, after this is done, we got some like pre-production stuff we've been working on.
Zach said you've been recording some stuff.
I'll play a couple of them.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's more like I do and don't like how it's been kind of labeled, because I'm not a big label guy anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just playing music, like that's
this is what's coming out of my body.
Yeah. People have been calling it like a black and grunge type, which is cool.
Stoner metal-esque.
Yeah. And
that's what that term sounds like to me. A lot more hardcore.
Yeah. And I've just been learning through quarantine, especially with Clifton recently, like teaching me different ways to like get my hand faster and better.
Word.
I mean, I've been playing bass for a long time, but dude, any kind of music, rap, hip hop, metal, folk, blues, you're always learning. If you're not always learning,
so, yeah.
You're not doing it right if you're not always learning.
Yeah, I don't think you're even like a good artist if you find yourself complacent ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'd say all the greats are never satisfied with anything they're doing. You know.
How would you feel if you listened back to something from 17 years ago to listen to now?
Dog, I already know.
Have you gone down that rabbit hole?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes I will. I don't have a whole lot of material, but I'll definitely go back and listen to some of the old stuff. And I hate every last bit of it. I don't like my vocal schemes or any of it. And at the time, you know, it was pretty good, but now I'm totally not.
Yeah, and that's the evolution and growth. Like,
yeah. You're like, boy, that's so bad off. And the mixes on everything are horrible.
Ugh.
Horrible mixes.
I have a live track recording of a band I was playing in like 2008, and I fucking hate every time I hear my voice come in on it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, no vocal technique, just fucking yelling as loud as I can into a mic.
Oh, dude, I'm just happy I don't have more live recordings of old performances, especially once we were really, really moving on stage all the time. Because this is what sucks for rappers, is like your friends will come to like a few shows or whatever, and they'll get you pumped, right?
Yeah.
So you're like drunk, and you're yelling into the microphone, and you think it's good,
and
it's not. It's just your friends are fucking pumped to watch you.
Yeah.
And it's just you drunk yelling into a microphone. And so the number of those I have are probably worthy of bowing my head in shame. You know what I mean? It's those are, and you see rappers do it all the time, especially the younger cats that have no clue. They're just like,
you gotta work on voice control.
Definitely. Well, and a lot of them are rapping over their vocals too, so like they don't even know what the hell anything sounds like.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, there's certain acts that I've seen perform over their vocals, and I find it like understandable when there's like all hell breaking loose on stage or something, and you're just like, oh, this is a spectacle. I get it.
Yeah. When you have like a stage show and everything.
Yeah, I can get it. And I know like a lot of rappers have done that, like Eminem's done that and all that, but like for me personally, I'm like, I don't even know what you sound like.
And that'd be a thing with me too. I just feel like that'd be weird. I would want to hear myself and know what I sound like, especially even when I did vocals. Like, I like being able to know myself in it. I didn't want vocals overpowering everything, obviously. I wanted to be able to hear, because in metal you fall into that too, especially when you're playing like that hype type metal, not the like the slow doomy kind of stuff. your intention is to get everyone hyped and just beating the shit out of each other in mosh pits. Like,
yeah.
You get a little drunk, and then you get a little loud, and then you get a little bit more aggressive, and then you start forgetting your techniques, and then the next day you can't talk.
Shit by the third song.
Yeah. I've been there too. So that's the thing that happens in all genres, man.
Yeah, just overworking it.
I like being able to hear myself to control myself, and I imagine rapping would be a lot of the same too.
Especially once you get them really tight-knit syllable joints where it's like, sometimes you lose that breath control, you're going to just fumble and lose the whole thing. As a chunk of my stuff is that real tight-knit, you know what I mean? So I don't like to have anything distract me from what I'm supposed to be doing.
How do you record yourself?
I got Pro Tools, so like I'll just, you click the button, you walk across the room, get frustrated and walk back, you know what I mean? That's what I do.
Do you make all your own beats and everything?
For the most part. The last project I put out, you know who 80s Dad is? He did all the production on that.
Nice.
Yeah. And we called it 80 with a Z MF. So it's a real basic name, 80s MF, whatever the fuck. I didn't know what to call it. But it was like a 6-track joint. It was real fun to do because I didn't have to do all the production. I could just like rap.
Yeah. Then just worry about that and not. Oh man, I can imagine.
Yeah, because usually I do all my own production, and it does become exhausting.
Dude, I can relate. I don't do our production, but I see what it does to Clifton.
Dude, it drives you nuts.
He records everything for us.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if you looked in the garage down there, but fucking, we got mics everywhere, interfaces, cords, stuff.
Yeah, when we run into each other, I was telling him about getting Melodyne and all that. And yeah, we'll complain about mixing to each other when we see each other. Like any.
And the cat's popping up to say hi.
Yeah, it's okay. Critters dig me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. Where can we find your stuff at? I know I put it on your promo flyer that I made.
If you go to just mattfoy.com, FOY.com, all the links are there. I don't have any Spotify or anything like that up. And it's kind of like I'm not satisfied with the quality of anything enough to put on Spotify. But even then, like, dude, I still have over 10,000 hits on everything.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, man.
You don't always have to cash into Spotify. They don't pay you for shit.
No, you're just doing it so people have access.
Yeah,
that's the only reason to do it.
There's no money in it. I think I got our Spotify, Apple Music deposit from like 2020, and I think I got like $10 in my bank account.
Yeah, rolling a big 38-cent check or something stupid.
I think the $10 was the most we've made in a while.
Had to spend 80 to put it on there. And made 10.
Yep. Well, the pandemic fucked a lot of that for us too. We had more goals going into last year, but I mean, you can't control shit.
No, I knuckled up and doubled down. Like I just started creating more content. Especially like initially, I had like 3 months off, dude.
Well, that's why
it was lit.
That's why I got that camera now too. Is we did a live stream set, trying to do that, trying to adapt to everything. But dude, it just.
Yeah, I just started putting out ridiculous. I'm a hermit anyway. So like when they're like, "Hey man, you have to sit at home," I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Nobody can come over. I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I mean?
I am cool with this.
Yeah, this is how I live my life. Yeah. Because I just really spend most of my time sitting in a room making music, man. That's all I do anyway. So give me 3 months with that shit. I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If I knew more about it, which I'm learning more, because we use Presonus, the Studio One, to record downstairs, and Clifton actually hooked me up with it on my laptop. That's how I'm recording us right now.
Okay, I'm not very familiar with Studio One, but I know a lot of people that work with it.
He's wanting me to learn more about it so I can start helping him more, which I'm cool with. I mean, this dude does a lot for us, so.
It's weird once you get into, like, you get all the information, and you're like, hey, here, let me try to help you out, and then what's funny is that at the end of the day, no matter what you do, he's still going to put a finishing touch on it. You know what I'm saying?
He's nitpicky anyway. Sometimes we let him go.
That's what it's like. A sound tech is like that, I've found. I guess I'm an easier sound tech to work with than a lot of them, though. So even
you still have one of my favorite comments, man. We were playing that outdoor stage at Be Here Now, and you were like, "Can you turn your bass rig down anymore?" And I just said into the mic, I was like, "Bro, I'm on 2," and you're like, "Shit, I guess I'll figure this out."
Right. Well, then like, we'll keep it moving.
Yeah. It's how I tweak my rig, man. Everything is just. Our whole thing was everything fucking loud.
And it was.
And I was like, dude, I'm on 2. Like, if I could turn down lower than.
I didn't argue you with it. I was like, all right.
It happens, man. And being a sound guy yourself too, like, I can only imagine some of the shit you have to deal with just because some of the shit, as a musician myself, I've put some sound guys through some shit.
Yeah. I've only had like, I don't know, maybe like one really bad incident I can think of. I'm not saying it's like only one bad show, but one really bad incident where I had to get up on the dude and stuff.
I would hope most of the time people are being pretty cool.
I try to be cool and respectful going in because I already know there's an anxiety there.
Mm-hmm.
So I want, like, as a sound tech, I want you comfortable, and I want me comfortable, and I want to win. I want us to win. I want to say team, same team. Because, like, you can even think about it as, like, me being selfish. I don't want the owner to come in there and it sound like shit and me look bad. But how about that? Just for my own, I want it to sound great in here.
This is how I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to, like, sabotage you in any weird way. Like, I don't know where the hell that mentality comes from. Sometimes they're like, oh,
they think the sound guy's out to get them.
Yeah.
I've had that when I was younger. I sometimes had that mentality.
Right.
And then I started like just traveling and playing more, and then helping out at bars and kind of learning the sound guy's perspective and like just sitting talking, sharing a couple drinks with them and learning like, nah, they ain't out to get me. They're just out to help me.
Yep.
And I kind of dropped that mentality about 10, 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I guess if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, and that was just my thing. I just didn't know. So.
But there are some of us that are dicks. Like where people are like, man, you're one of the this last guy. Let me tell you this horrible story. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I can't say anything for them. Yeah. Maybe they haven't ever been a musician. I know I've had times where I've dealt with security at shows where I have like the right pass to go wherever. And I don't have it on me. And I have to go get it or whatever. And this guy's like, look, bro, you don't have the pass. You ain't getting through here. And they're getting all pumped and shit. Because it's like their one opportunity to be an authority.
Yep.
And I think sound guys have that same problem sometimes where it's like, you didn't make the band. You didn't, nobody gives a shit about your music, so now you have to be a sound tech. Now this is your one chance to show people that you're in charge. And you're like, oh, God. It's like an overhyped security guard. You're just like, go sit down somewhere, bro.
I've definitely been in those shoes. Especially, not gonna name names of places, but some places I've played in indie.
Oh, I can see that. I've had some.
There's been sound guys where I've just been like, I've been walked out of a venue before for an interaction with the sound guy. So I won't, like I said, I'm not gonna name places but it was a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
A little drunk, a little hyped.
I could see that.
Kind of crazy.
Can you hear me fine or whatever?
Yeah, dude, you're still registering.
Right,
it's been good. You talk loud enough, man.
I try to project. We'll see.
I mean, you know the deal.
Yeah, I've played with these microphones for a few days.
These aren't the best quality ones, but dude, they do the trick. I've been able to get everyone so far so good. My first 2 episodes were recorded on my phone.
Oh man.
Yeah. Clifton was like, dude, you ain't doing that shit anymore. He was like, I'm gonna give you my Presonus, I'll show you how to use it.
You're gonna make all of us look bad. Goddamn.
Yeah. And then girlfriend got me these. I ordered that, and now it works.
Oh yeah.
I got another microphone in here that and then I got the Clifton's interfaces down there if I need to add more people and things like that. But one of the mics I have is more of a room type mic, so if I had 2 people sitting there, I would just take this down and sit it right there.
And pick both of them up. Yep.
I'm gonna have to do that eventually. I got Jesse and Josh.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's awesome. So, I got mad love for those guys.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're great.
They're killing it right now too, man. Fucking every weekend, all over different states.
Yeah, and I seen she had some acting gig that she just picked up or whatever too.
It was Rad Entertainment or something. I can't remember all the info, but I remember seeing that post.
Yeah, I got mad love for those guys. They've always been hella supportive, and we all did the modeling gig together and all that too. Yeah.
I got, 'cause you're a wrestling fan too. Next Thursday, the local wrestling promoter.
Yeah, I seen Congo Kong's gonna be in there or whatever. That's my dude, man. I got mad love for that guy.
I'm looking forward to doing that show with him, just because Boogeyman's on one of the shows.
Yeah, I see the second one. Right?
Yeah, and I love the Boogeyman because my mom bought me a wrestling figure of the Boogeyman when he was like super popular.
Yeah.
And my like nieces and nephews, when they would come over and I'd be upstairs, and when they'd stay the night, my mom would be like, "You gotta be good, because Justin's got the Boogeyman upstairs."
Shit.
And they'd freak out and everything, and I'd come down with this little wrestler. And but have you actually ever met the guy that does the Boogeyman character?
No.
Fucking dude, he's so nice.
That's
like,
what I've heard. I've heard that. I've heard he's like a really polite dude, and like he's real smart too, or whatever. Someone said.
I met him at a convention. He was at a horror convention a few years ago, and he was full Boogeyman'd out, the fucking worms and everything. And he full on would yell at you, like, "I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you." And it would just be like, even at like 25, 30 years old, I was like, damn, like, that's...
I don't believe that.
And he's even in his 50s, he's a big fucking guy.
He's always injury prone.
Yeah.
That's what I heard the big issue with him was.
And then, but he was like, when you'd be at his table talking to him, he'd give you the whole Boogeyman spiel, and then he would sit there and just talk. And he was really cool, like, down to earth, super nice guy. So I think it's cool that Terry was able to get him for a show. I think I'm actually going to try to go to at least one of those, because you're talking about Congo Kong, fucking Boogeyman.
I didn't know about his TNA run, the Congo Kong dude.
I didn't either.
I recently watched a thing about it, and I was like, yo, he did pretty good in TNA.
I fell out of TNA there for a while.
Because it was awful.
Yeah.
It was fucking horrible.
And now it's getting better, dude. At fucking Impact definitely has brought it to another level. We could probably go on a whole other podcast.
That'd be a whole other podcast, a wrestling podcast, yeah.
I had to stop. You know Corey Runyon, Demons Rapka? Him and I had a thing, because every time him and I get together and talk, when we bring up wrestling, dude, it'll be 1 o'clock, and next thing we know, it's 4 o'clock. And when he did my podcast, I was like, we aren't talking about wrestling.
We can't talk wrestling, buddy.
Like, we will go on for 2 fucking hours, probably more.
Yeah, I think this all started with me supposed to be telling you stories about rap and stuff, and here we are.
Yeah. I mean, you got anything else you want to add in, or we keep going?
Well, shit. I guess like I don't even know where else we could go with that.
Well, some of my friends have been telling me like the biggest critique they want is they want it to be more casual, like you and I are right now.
Yeah, definitely.
They say they want it to sound like it's two friends bullshitting, like get
more
your history
so than
out.
being like this is very yeah. No, I feel that. Then good, and that works out. Because I'm sure I did not stay on subject for shit. I
didn't too much either. But I haven't talked to you in a long fucking time.
No, we haven't seen each other probably since your last show at Be Here Now.
Or that would have been November of 2019.
No way.
Yeah, because our last show as a band was December of 2019.
Was it downstairs?
Yeah.
Damn. 2020 was a weird one.
It was right before, it was like a weekend or two before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then our last show was, I can't remember the name of the bar, but it was this tiny ass little bar in Indy that's like outdoor deck was bigger than the bar inside itself.
Oh man.
It was a cool place to play.
See, some of the smaller spots are cool to play. Like Brass Rail in Fort Wayne, that's small, and I love playing Brass Rail.
Indian Old School, they got us the show there, and I know you.
Yeah, I fucks with them dudes real heavy. I've played ran sound for them a gang of times.
And we try to play a lot with them. I'm trying to get them on this show too. At least one of them. I'd like all three of them.
Yeah, definitely. The brother trio, all three of them are solid dudes.
Parker, the singer guitar player brother, he's helped us so much. Like trying to break into the Anderson scene.
Word.
Because the style of music we used to play was, if you played that around here, Anderson was the place to play, and we didn't fucking know anybody. No one really like.
Yeah, that kid's got a good heart on him. It seems, you know what I mean?
He's such a genuine dude, and we got Hunter Knight. He actually hooked us up with Parker, and Parker was like, "Hey, you guys want to play out here?" And then it just kept going. So
that's dope.
It's a community, awesome. Man.
Yeah,
like how you were saying,
man.
Everyone's got to help everybody.
Dude, there's this kid, Kamari. I think how he said he used to go by KD or whatever. This kid shows up to like an open mic or whatever, and he does really well. I was like super impressed. And then he comes to another show, and he's like, "Hey, do you think I could get on or whatever?" And I'm like, "There's no way. It's book.
Mhm.
But go tell the guy if anybody drops off,
Yeah.
you'd be down to pick a spot up. So this
Networking.
it all happens. The kid gets to rock this show, and he's been getting picked up and booked ever since. And it's like, that's how I would say the scene is for the, like, that's how
Yeah.
together everybody is it's like, this kid showed up just wanting to be a part of the scene, and then turns around and gets on a show because somebody drops off, and like everybody has so much love, they still just keep
Mhm.
booking each other.
Dude, that's
Super
the thing that's
fucking
helped
cool,
me
man.
before, especially first starting, was just talking to people, being like, yeah, I know you're booked, but we're not booked this weekend, so.
If you have anything pop open,
Yeah.
yeah, man. If anybody is listening to this and they plan on trying to be in music, you know, closed mouths don't get fed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what
for
the thing
sure.
I was going to ask, is if you had any advice.
Yeah, if you want to be on a show, tell some people you want to be on the show. Don't expect someone just to see you and think you're great.
And that don't matter what genre.
Any
That's
genre,
any
yeah.
genre
If
of
you
music.
don't network, you're not going to get booked.
Mm-hmm.
Another bit of advice I would throw cats is like, if you're going to book a live show, talk to the sound guy if you can before you get there. That's great.
New thing we're going to work on.
I hit all the people up.
Something I'm going to tell people too. We're going to work on a stage plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having a stage plot as a band,
Yeah.
super stellar, because all you have to do is send one email,
Mhm.
PDF, bang. Now I have all the information I need to work with you. Definitely.
And
yeah.
that's the thing, definitely advice that I would piggyback off of with you saying, talk to the sound guy.
Talk to the sound guy.
If you're working with a promoter, ask the promoter, be like, hey, do you have like Facebook of the who's running sound that
Yep.
night, so I can hit them up. Because that's helped us with you. Guy used to run sound there before you,
Josh.
Yeah.
There's Justin and then Josh both.
Both, yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna say Justin. He would talk to me every time.
Yep.
He
He taught me a whole lot. That dude's super smart
Yeah.
when it comes to sound tech stuff.
He hated doing sound freshers because out loud.
Oh yeah, y'all don't give a damn. I know how y'all
He's a
do.
good dude otherwise. Man, did he hate running sound for us? But he was another thing. We would talk to him, Chris of Valhalla.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris is awesome. I used to rehearse at Chris's house with our band and stuff.
Oh,
man.
nice.
Yeah, I've got mad love for Chris.
He's a great guy, man. Dude, we call Valhalla like our home base.
Home base,
Yeah.
word. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And a couple weeks ago we were talking about it, and we were just like, dude, it's fucking weird. Like we haven't been at Valhalla since 2019. Like what the hell is going on?
Yeah, yeah.
And we would like do a Toys for Tots show every year, and we didn't get to do that last year. And that would have been like our 5th one.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that'd have been, yeah. I haven't done any, I haven't booking in a long time. I haven't booked anything in a while.
It might be weird though, running sound at a venue.
Well, it's already weird when you're running sound and performing.
Mhm.
That's already weird enough.
Well,
So,
how would it be if, like, say I booked you at Valhalla to do a thing with us? Like,
Right.
how are you going to make that work if you have a show that night?
what I would do is I'd see if somebody could cover my shift.
Mm-hmm.
I got, like, Josh that used to run sound for us, he still comes in and he'll help me out.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, when I did the, I think when I did the Patreon thing you were talking about with ICP, he had to cover my shift and stuff. Yeah, he runs backup for me, and I got this other kid. I'm supposed to be showing some stuff, but I haven't really seen him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find somebody that's going to be good at doing sound stuff, like to find so I can go do other shit. But you know, I got a few people here and there.
That's just a thought, because one thing I was talking with Hunter about is trying to make more diverse shows, especially after the pandemic, like when everything starts to open back up more.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of us out there that haven't been able to do anything. And yeah, there's places in Fort Wayne, like I told you, like dude, there's 3 venues in Fort Wayne I'm fucking making flyers for every damn weekend.
Yeah,
it
I
seems like.
see you on the old Insta joints and
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah.
But I mean, like around here, because this is all, like I said, it's a local music scene podcast. Yeah, I'm talking to bands from like Anderson and wrestling promotions, but it's local, and that's how I feel about it. And I would like to at least, yeah, we're more like a black metal band now, but there is nothing wrong if we want to play with fucking Indian old school. If
Not
you
at
want to
all.
show with
Not
us,
at
like,
all.
and that's one thing, advice going forward too, dude. don't be scared to book shows. Like,
no, don't.
if you're
It's
gonna play with a
stressful,
band
but
you've
yeah.
never played with, go for it. Because
Mhm.
those connections, man, you have no idea what kind of connection you'll be able to make.
Dude, definitely. I had this one year where I just took and booked all shows that were multi-genre shows, and we gave all the money to charity. And I did better that year than I ever did. Like, I made more money. We had more people at all the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, they were all multi-genre shows. Like, I think we pulled, what was it, man? Like 300 people in the docks one night or whatever,
Mhm.
and it's just like, everything was different.
Yeah. That's the thing I miss, man, of some of those old days, especially Doc's.
Oh man, Doc's was the spot, and everybody shit on it
Yeah.
so much.
You
But
could-
that's what you can't say. Downtown's been the same since
Mhm.
they closed.
You could throw a metal band, a rock band, a rap group, and a fucking blues group together, and
It's gonna pop.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been on those shows, man. I remember those days. Yeah,
Dude, that's it. Have you had Mike on here at all? Mike Martin?
No.
You should, I know he'll be down to come over and talk. He has a lot of stories, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we could probably go on for fucking hours.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. He's one I've thought about. After
Not to tell you should-haves or whatever, but you know.
No, he's on my list. I have a list of people that I want to talk to. After May 30th, man, because I've been doing this every weekend. And then next week I have 2 in the same week because I'm trying to help the wrestling promotion get their word out. And I'm just like, fuck it, Terry. I've known Terry, the Coons that runs it, a long fucking time.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I'll help you out. Fucking throw you on here. You get to talk about it. I'll make sure I get every, like, because I do like YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I was like, I'll make sure I get everything up like that night.
Yeah.
So you can promote it that way. Because, yeah, it's cool sharing flyers and shit. But sometimes people just want to hear you talk about it.
Definitely.
And he does this thing like called Coondog Corner.
Mm-hmm.
And where he just does Facebook Live and talks about it. But,
Word,
I mean, there's other avenues where it's going to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I do better on fucking YouTube. That's why the camera's going right now. Because
people like watching it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Rogan fan, but since I can't watch it on Spotify on my TV, I don't watch it. I don't know what it is. I like the visual stimulation.
yeah,
As I'm
let's.
doing it. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too. You were talking earlier about emotions on your face and shit, man.
Yeah.
Rogan's one of those people, dude. His facial expressions.
Yeah, he'll be like, eh,
Yeah.
all wide in the face when something's funny or whatever. Definitely, yeah. And that's all part of it.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I can see why YouTube would be more than just the other listening thing.
Well, that was my drummer's idea. He was like, put that shit on YouTube, dude. He was like, trust me, he's like, it's gonna do well on there. It's probably do better than your podcast. And,
Easy to share.
yeah. My YouTube views are way more than my Spotify streams.
I imagine. I could see that. It's like it's easier to share. One of the things about me not doing the Spotify was the fact that, like, not saying I'm not ever going to, but it's like, if I want to share something with you and you don't have Spotify, what the fuck is a Spotify link worth?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I want it to be easily accessible. That's why if you go to my site, there's a free music spot, and then you just click on that, and it's everything, and you have full access to anything that you can play on whatever device or download it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Coming towards the end here, plug your shows you got coming up, man.
All right, the 15th, I'll be playing at Be Here Now. I think I'm going to be opening the hip-hop stage. That way I can run sound for the rest of the night. You know what I mean? And it's going to be an EDM show outside, hip-hop downstairs. May 15th, shout out to Jalen, shout out to Bailey, No Rivals, and New Hippie Entertainment. They're the ones putting it together. And that's all I got coming up for right now. You know what I mean? I've been working on some beats to make things a little bit more digestible. Because, you know, I do like I said, real tight-knit rhyme schemes. So sometimes the beats are a little too busy, and you can see people, it's like watching a Japanese wrestling match when they're done. They're like, yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, that one didn't stick, let me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
And then mattfoy.com.
Mattfoy.com will take you to the Instagram, the YouTubes, the SoundClouds, the anything you need to.
I'm glad SoundCloud's still doing its thing. It makes me feel better knowing I still have one going for the band.
You damn right. I'm not that I ever look at it, but I do have a SoundCloud.
Yeah, I put shit on it, but I don't ever check like our streams or like shares or any of that.
No, I got a Twitter too, and I don't look at that too often either.
Dude,
so.
I use Twitter for wrestling.
Oh yeah. Word.
All right, man. Well, again, check us out on got the Muncie Music Scene 765 on Instagram, Facebook. The YouTube channel is actually through my band's channel because I'm fucking lazy and didn't want to start another YouTube channel. So you can look up Cocaine Culture Band on YouTube and you can find all the Muncie Music Scene podcasts, the videos that are going on right now.
Plus, Cocaine Culture is just a great name. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you look that up on YouTube? Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I'm going to sign off now. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
Right on.
Thank